Everyone gets sick of eating chicken for dinner every single night. So I've come up with a really simple recipe, you know I love simple recipes, for a chicken dinner that's a little bit different. So we have our chicken here. I'm going to pound it a little bit to thin it out. And then we have all of our filling ingredients. We have artichoke hearts, Kalamata olives, feta cheese, salt, fresh basil, and breadcrumbs. The breadcrumbs are actually for the outside. So let's get started. You're going to open your can of artichokes and just drain the liquid. You're also going to put your oven to 375. Okay, so you want to just pull out all the artichokes and cut them into small pieces. I'm going to use about 4 artichoke hearts today. So I just cut them lengthwise 2 times and then just chop them up. If you like artichokes a lot, you can use even more, but I'm only doing 2 chicken breasts today, so I think that this should be sufficient. Okay, so once you have that diced up, just put it into your medium-sized bowl. Then we're going to take just a few Kalamata olives. So let's say about 6 olives. While they're high in fat, they're also really high in flavor. So they're a great addition to any dish. I add them to salads, to pasta dishes, and to chicken. So you just want to dice those up as well. You pretty much just want to cut everything up into small pieces. So and throw that in the bowl as well. Then you want to take some fresh basil. You don't want to get your basil wet until it's time to use it if it doesn't have long stems. So you just want to pick a few leaves. I'm going to use about 10 leaves today. And we're just going to run them quickly underneath the faucet to clean them off. I usually put them in a paper towel to dry them a little bit. You don't want soggy basil. Once you cut basil, it starts to turn color. So you don't want to do this ahead of time. You want to do this right as you're preparing your mixture. So we're just going to cut it up. I just kind of roll the leaves together. I don't know if you can see that. And just chop them up. So let's add that to our mixture. And then we're going to take a little bit of feta cheese. So I'm going to use about 1 ounce for 2 of us. So that's about a block that size. I don't know if you can see that as well. And since this is all going in the same mixture, I just use the same cutting board for everything. You're just going to cut up your feta cheese and add it to the bowl. Okay, so now we just want to season this up. We like to season everything up. So we're going to use just a little bit of salt. And then you're going to mix it up using a spatula or anything that you like to use. So I love this mini spatula. My sister-in-law gave it to me a couple of years ago, and it's really convenient. Okay. Now that we have our mixture, let's work on our chicken. So I have 2 chicken breasts laid out here, and I like to put a piece of plastic wrap on the cutting board, and then I cover the chicken with a piece of plastic wrap too. And you're just going to use a mallet. You can also use something heavy, like a heavy can if you don't have a mallet. And you're just going to hit it pretty hard. You want to try and really work the thicker parts to make them thin and even out with the thinner areas. These are just chicken cutlets from Whole Foods. I got them yesterday. And they were on sale, so I didn't mind buying them already in the cutlet form, but you can just buy the whole chicken breast as well. Okay, so once you're done with that, you can throw away the top piece of plastic wrap. And you just want to season the top of your chicken breast. So just take a little bit of salt. You always want to season every layer of a dish. That's something that I learned recently, and it's really true. It really helps the flavors come out. So now you're gonna put your chicken breast seasoned side down on this cutting board, and you're gonna add half of this filling. So you wanna add it right to the middle in a line. And again, we only used 4 artichoke hearts. See how that's a lot of filling. Okay. And then you're going to roll it up as best as you can. Try and tuck in anything that's exposed. You really want to try and get everything sealed together. Okay, not bad. Then we're going to add some breadcrumbs to the plate. And you're just going to take your sealed chicken breast and just coat it in the breadcrumbs. So this just adds a nice layer of crunch to the final product, to the final dish. Let me just give my hands a little rinse. So you're going to do the same thing with the other chicken breast, and then you can either use a cooking spray or some olive oil in this pan. So I'm actually going to use some spray canola oil for today. You're just going to spray a little bit down in the pan. You're going to add your chicken breast. And then you can top it with a dollop of butter, a little bit more spray, or a little bit of olive oil. I chose to use the spray underneath, but I am going to put a little bit of real olive oil on top so that it really crusts up nicely. So just a little drizzle. Just a few drops. So you're going to bake this at 375 degrees for about 30 minutes until it's cooked through, and enjoy. Thank you for watching.